Hey guys, welcome to another video. This one we're going to cover the Alliance event and how we get first place in it every time that we set out to do it, which is every other month. Um, I don't think that we've ever not gotten first place every time we've set out to get first. As you can see, the first place reward is 2,000 gold, but the total rewards for the entire event, including all the stages and all the stage level rewards, is right around 5,000 gold plus, these various other rewards, the speed ups and the all the experience and all the other items that you get. Probably valuing at least 7 or 8,000 gold worth of rewards for the total event. So it's a well worthwhile state or event. Composed of 4 different stages. The fortune teller stage is the first one that goes for 48 hours. Then we've got the power build stage, which is your upgrade and your research building. That also goes for 48 hours. And then the monster kill stage, which is only 24 hours, and then troop training. So if we're going to be doing upgrades anyways, which most of us are, or research anyways, it's a good opportunity to just save up all of your speed ups and resources for that stage. As you can see, we got about 17 days to go. That stage basically is going to start 19 days and 19 right here, 19 days, and so basically add 48 hours onto the 17 days. 19 days and 17 hours from now is when you'd want your research and your upgrades to begin. Now, the biggest bang for the buck is going to be from upgrades. Stronghold giving you the most points for the amount of cost that it is. So for this upgrade to 27, we're looking at 112 million in food and 21 million in wood, which I've got all these resources, and then 15 million in iron. This is going to give a total of 272,000 now for the stage that has a factor of 5. So that's going to be, just shy of like 1.4 million points just for this one upgrade. We're going to want to, as an alliance, during the upgrade stage, accumulate a total of about 50 million points. Between my main and my alts, I typically would try to put up, between 8 and 10 million of those points. If the rest of the alliance can get another 40 million points, that's pretty much about what it's going to take for us to be able to secure first place. Usually we're right around there between 50 and 60 million. We'll have some guests come. The bear, who is now one of my friends, we used to hate each other, but the guy is actually a good guy. He's a good team player. He's been in this event the last few times, and he always puts up a lot of points, and so he's always welcome. I always dump a lot of resources on him just as a thank you for him coming over and helping us, secure that first place spot. Um, So yeah, as far as resources, if you look at food, I mean, I've got 193 million here, and then this 14,000 times cents, that's another 140 million. So, 350, I'll probably have 500 million in food by then. Wood, I'm a little bit shorter on. Let's see, there's 100 million there. That would be 130 million, so 250 million wood. Iron I'm actually doing all right on, so I got the 13 million there. And then this is another 26 million, so about 40 million, maybe 45 million, like 43 million in iron. Silver is rough. I think that's rough for everybody, so I got that almost 8 million there. And then another several million here. Let's see, whatever that is, 15,000 times 500. That would be, let's see what that is. 15,200 times 500. So it looks like another 7.6 million. So plus that 7 million. But if we look at what, so let's just say I've got like 16 million in silver, but if we look at what I'm going to actually need, I want to basically queue up, I want to do the stronghold upgrade. I'm actually going to save this wall and do that as well. So that's going to give another 100,000 points times 500, so another 500,000 points for us right there. But you can look at the amount of silver that's going to take. So there's 3 million silver right there. Then for the stronghold, and I want to make sure I have some resources for you guys too if you fall short on anything. So there's another 6 million, so that's like 9 million silver. And then I want to do the university is going to give pretty good points too, because if you take a look at university, there's another 500,000 points right there. University just as much as the wall, and that also is going to take another 3 million. So there's what, 12 million total. So I should have enough for those three, but I'll probably want to throw in some of these smaller upgrades. There's another little bit, but that's another 1 million silver. If we do an upgrade here, there's another 150,000, another 1 million silver. Now, if we look at it this way, so let's just look at that. Let's take a look at another item that you guys are going to want to save up is speed ups. So we're just going to save up knuckle bones. That's going to be the first stage. You want to have stamina saved up. Stamina, knuckle bones, speed ups, resources. So here's what I got for stamina. So I got 60 of the 10s, 13 of the 50s. So it's not too bad. I'll try to get a few more by the time the Alliance event starts. Let's take a look here. What else we've got? So speed ups, I believe, is under growth. Is it? That's not. It's under other, I guess. Okay, so we've got 800 hours, 881. I'll probably have pretty close to 1,000 hours right there. Let's say 700 times 3, so that's 2,100, so that's 3,100. Then I've got, those are going to be, these training ones will be used during the training stage. Those are just a few. There's another 388 hours. I'll use those, so that's 3,400. I'll use these research ones, so like 3,500 hours. I'm probably not going to use all of them. I'll save a few, just, it's always a good idea just to have a few, but I'm not going to save very many. Most of them, I would say I'll probably dump almost 3,000 hours of speeds into the training. Now, let's say if we use this will be less time. It's going to be like 3 days because I'll put boosts on it, and we'll have the alliance boost too that we'll put on during these. We'll stage it out to where we'll do the alliance boost for the construction first, and then we'll do the research next. So just kind of plan that way, and I'll try to communicate out with you guys and give you at least a couple hours advance notice of when we're going to apply each boost. But we're going to start with the construction one first, and that'll give us a 20% reduction on that. Plus, if you do your personal boost, which is right here, that's going to give another 20% boost as well. So let's just say it's going to be roughly 3 days. That's 60, so 70 hours of speeds right there. Then we've got another, this will be probably 8 days, so let's just say 200 hours, 270, so 300 hours of speeds so far. I'm just estimating this up, so let's just go with the 4 days here. So 300, so 400 hours, plus these other ones are going to take, let's say another 100 hours total. So I'll probably dump at least 600 or 700 hours into construction. Now I don't want to do too much because most of my points are going to come from troop train stage. That's where I'm going to get a lot of points. I should put up probably at least 2 million, maybe 3 million points there during the troop train stage, and maybe even more than that actually with this many hours. It might be like 3 or 4 million points if I use all those hours on speeds. The better spot where we're actually going to get more points, but where I'm actually limited on speeds, is if I take a look at alts. So if you guys have any alts that have some speeds on them, or if you can just start saving speeds on it, the amount of resources that it takes, let's take a look at this alt. This is my I Am Loy alt, Stronghold level 20. The amount of speeds and the amount of resources that you take for the amount of points that you get is definitely a much better return on the lower level strongholds. So if you guys got any alts that are between, you know, stronghold 12 and let's say 20, the amount of points return is much greater than on your higher level strongholds. So if you're running low speeds on your main, or you've got just the extra resources and lots of speeds on your ults, it's better to send the resources to your alt, at least during this stage, and get that leveled up. And if you think about it, you know, I know you guys want to get your mains leveled up, but if your alt can get leveled up too, it's going to produce more resources, and you can just kick those resources back to your alt, you know, during when we're not doing, you know, the alliance event, and upgrade it much faster if it's able to produce a lot quicker. But if you look right here, look at this. At Stronghold 20, I'm getting 170,000 points. So, you know, it's going to be about 800,000 points. So, about 850,000 points, just shy of a million. And look at this. I'm only using 468,000 silver, 4 million iron, much less than on my main. And so I'm getting a really good return for that Stronghold upgrade. I believe the wall upgrade is not bad too. It's going to be, you know, say 70,000 times 5, so about 350,000. Look at, I'm not using very much, so 194,000, 1.9 million on the iron. So, you know, these are not, they're very efficient upgrades, and the amount of time that it takes. So remember, it took 10 days on my stronghold on my main. Let's see how it's half the time here. So, and it's giving more than half the points. So for the amount that you're putting into it, it's a much better return. The problem here is I don't believe I've got the same amount of speeds. So I've got 600 hours, not even close. I mean, I got 600 hours, you know, maybe 700 or 800 hours of speed. So I will do some upgrades here. I'll try to do some upgrades in some of the lower alts too. I'll probably get like 1,000,000 points each out of each alt, and then maybe another 1.5 million points out of my main. You know, so we'll still end up pretty good. One of the things I was going to talk about too is presets for. Somebody asked a question about the presets for changing from farming gear to. So let's just go back. Well, we can do it right here actually on the alt. So right now, this is on, you know, war gear basically on my alt. If I switch to number 2 here, it instantly switches to my farming gear. Now any item that I put here, let's say if I change that out, let's say I wanted the guillotine there. Okay, so that's going to stay there. That's all you do is you change it. Whatever you have right here, it's going to stay set as number 2. So then you go back to number 1, and okay, that's still there. We go back to 2 again. We're going to see everything, but the guillotine is the one change. So let's change that back to this, and that's it. That's all you do to be able to have presets of gear. Someone was asking that question earlier, so I said I would cover it in this video. There's another thing to know about that. Let's go over and I'll show you on my main. As far as being able to gather, if you send out troops with a certain gear setting or any setting really, there's a way that you can change it after your troops are already gathering and increase their gather rate after they're already there gathering, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Some of you guys have probably already figured that. And a lot of the things that I cover in this video, you know, these videos, you know, might be stuff that you've already figured out, and maybe not. You know, some people have and some people haven't. There's I try to cover different levels of information in each video, from beginner stuff, for people that are just starting out playing the game, to some of the more advanced things that, take a little bit more time and experience to figure out. And this is kind of one of them. I think after you've played the game for a while, you might have figured it out, but let me go ahead and send out. So let me show you what I've got right here. I have a hero that adds 15% to resource gathering, right? So right now I have Sir Kay appointed. So let's just say I forgot to appoint Sir Kay. Let's go ahead and put the gathering gear on. So that's on, I have it on preset 1 here for a gathering gear. So this is my gathering set. I still need the orange one of this. I have been very unlucky not to get the orange Jewel of Bounty. But let's find something that's close by. Iron or silver. Let's see, I guess silver would work. We could even do, here's a level 7 iron, that works fine. Okay, another thing that you may want to do if you want your marches to go out faster, cavalry has the fastest speed, so if I've got the cav available, I'll use the cav, and they're going to take a minute and a half, versus if I put a infantry in there, bumps it up to a minute and 55. So this is actually important to know during the gathering stage as well. Every little bit counts there in that stage. It was so close last time. I usually get first or second in the gathering stage during the gold event, and it was so close. I mean, it literally probably came down to just a matter of whether I was sending out cav or not on every march, between whoever ended up getting first. We were constantly going back between first and second the whole stage. But usually I get first. That time I didn't. I've been working a lot, been working 12 hours a day, and it's kind of hard to keep all the troops out gathering when you're constantly working and you only get just a few minutes of break a day. So we're going to send out that march, and let's see if we've got anything else that's gathering. We really don't have a good comparison for that, though. Let me call it back. I want to actually have it go to silver, so I can show you guys the difference. Because right now, if we look at silver, this is with the hero in place, 21,000 plus 3,305. So let's find a silver. There's one that's nice and close. That'll be perfect. I think it was just a level 6, so that should be more than enough. Okay, so in another minute it'll be there. Let me see if there's anything else. One thing that during the gathering stage of the gold event, I'll talk about this briefly, and maybe I'll probably do a separate video on this too. But when we're gathering, this is one thing you guys can do to prepare too. Let's go take a look at my march here that's on the iron. So something to kill this 30 seconds here. If we look at it, so I'm gathering 41,000 plus 10,000 right now without any boosts on. But if we look at the march breakdown, it's a 21-hour gather, and it's been in there for a few hours. You guys can see this is 122,000 of level 8 Doom Towers and 40,000 of the Rams. That's all the Doom Towers I have. honestly, I'd prefer to have all Doom Towers. I just haven't trained that much. During the Alliance event, that should rectify that. I'm going to be, speed training these until I get about 200. My full march is, I think, about, with boosts on, it's about 218,000, I believe. So I'm going to train up at least like 220,000 of these total. Um, these carry a lot more resources than, let's just go take a look here. Here, let's do this real quick. We'll switch gears since this gathering is here. Let's take a look at this. I'll come back to that. So look at this, 2,981 plus 2160. So it's not gathering as fast, right? As, one of these other ones that were sent out with the hero in place, 3305. So let's do this. Let's see what happens. I haven't confirmed this exactly for sure on this particular piece, but I'm pretty sure it works. So let's replace. Let's make sure that we do have gathering gear on. Okay, so now let's say we've sent out all of our marches without our hero, and we're just like, we figured it out after they're all out. We don't want to call them back. They've maybe been out for a half hour or whatever. See these ones that have 18 minutes left? Let's take a look here. They've gathered 18,300 so far of the 20,000. Watch what happens here when we put this boost on. And some of you guys already know this. This has been out for a while. Let's go to resources. There's an 8-hour gathering boost. Okay, let's go ahead and play it. Use. You see these that are returning? They went from 18,000 to 20,000 instantly. So the boost happens retroactively. So basically, as long as you apply the boost before they're done gathering, you get the full benefit of the boost as if they were there the whole time. That's why some of you have, I've seen some comments about when we apply the boost to, for the Alliance event, that people are sleeping, different things going on. As long as you know when the Alliance event is coming and you've sent your troops to the Alliance farm with a large gather, the boost is going to apply retroactively. We just proved it right there. So you're going to get the full benefit as if, even if you're 6 hours, 8 hours later when you wake up in the morning, you're going to be able to take advantage. That boost has been applied. You're going to be able to then apply your personal boost and take advantage of that as well too. So the last piece, let's take a look at this. Remember it was like 20, something plus 2,900, right? Let's take a look here. Look at that, 4385 plus 2,100. It's taking advantage of both of the boosts. Gathering boost here, remember it was 4,100, about 50,000 total. 46,000 plus 10,000, so 56, so about 57,000 now. So point is, when you get ready for the gathering event, or really just for anything, really you guys just need to train a lot of your highest tier siege to be able to help you in the gathering stages. So let me just, let's go right here to where the siege are, show you what I'm talking about. If you go to each of these, look at the load. So this has a load of 21. That means each of these siege towers is able to carry 21 resources back. Now if we go back down here to the next highest, it's going to be burning rams actually. It's not the royal tribute. You would think it would be royal trebuchets, but these are different types of troops. These are defensive versus attacking. If you go to these only carry 12. Okay. Next one down carries so that carries 12. Oh, this one. This one carries 11, and then the burning rams actually carry more because They are a defensive unit, so they're, stronger and sturdier, and therefore they can carry more. Sometimes you have to switch, click on one, and then click on it again. These carry 16, okay? So your Doom Towers are going to carry 21, right? You want to train all Doom Towers. If you can have a full march, boosted march of Doom Towers that you send, so change to, you could change to, to war and get march capacity boost here and get Colossal March, enable that skill, and get the second march capacity. I mean, depending on how many points you have, get all these march capacity boosts, right? If you wanted to switch your talent points, if you go to Alliance Store, and we try to keep the store stocked with lowered talent resets. There's 4 in here right now. I mean, 100,000 honor points. I've got 200,000. I mean, it's pretty easy. As long as you guys are donating, you should have the points there. 100,000 points. Switch your talents right before the event starts and boost that march. Send, 200,000 or more Doom Towers. Look at, 19 hours, and this has been sitting here on, and that's boosted on the Alliance farm for hours. Imagine having a 30-hour march and all of those resources come back after the stage starts. That's when the points are counted, okay? So 30 hours worth is going to be so far in just a few hours. So if I'm gathering, let's say, I know I can get this up with boost, with Alliance boost on everything, I can get it over 60,000 an hour times 30 hours. That's going to be 1.8 million iron is going to come back right as soon as the gathering stage starts. So you guys see how I get first place? This is a big part of it. But you need to have that boost right at the beginning of the stage so it can take advantage the whole entire time, or as much of the time as possible, because it's a 12-hour boost. So you want it right at the beginning. It's here. Let me say it this way. It's a 12-hour boost, but if you have a 30-hour march in there, it's going to go for the entire 30 hours. So you want it right at the beginning of the stage. The stage is only 24 hours, so you want it to be at least 24 hours and to take advantage of the whole thing. Maybe eventually, once we get enough of bigger marches and we're all level 30, maybe it might be best for us to start that boost before the actual stage starts and have it come in with a boosted march ahead of time, or partway through, basically. Actually, I still think the best is going to be to start it right after the stage starts, about 30 minutes in, and give people enough time to actually get their march there, and then start the boost. All you have to do is your march has to be in here. That's it. You don't want your personal boost, because the personal boost won't stack. If you have a personal boost on and the Alliance march is actually enabled, you won't take it. It won't take effect. You have to have it the other way around. So send your march here at the beginning, then we apply the personal, or then we apply the personal boost after the Alliance march is already applied. So that's a little bit on gathering, because that's an important part of getting enough resources together to be able to, that's how we get this 13 million and 8 million of silver, is just, by gathering effectively. And that's pretty much, all of the gathering has to do with the upgrade stage, has to do with the troop train stage. I mean, during troop train, we're going to be using a lot of wood and food. We're going to be able to utilize, I'll send out, if you guys run low on food, let me know. I'll send out food, and, just let me know what you guys need. As long as you guys have the speeds, I'm gonna be here to help you out. And this is just on my main. I've got a lot of resources on the alts too, so we should be good on resources. I think our shortage is going to be, do we have enough low level, like food plows, for example. I believe that's Lee's alt. I think he shares it with Bryant too. Um, Hopefully it's got some speeds on it. We could level that up to, Stronghold 17 or 18 if it's got enough speeds. We've got the resources for it. Those upgrades are just a few million, food and wood each, and we can power right through those upgrades. I don't know who else has alts here. If you guys have low level alts, I mean, here's one of my alts. The two viruses are mine and Miss Self Destruct. Um, I plan on taking these up a level or two each, and that'll give us some extra points. Anybody that has alts, trying to see who else has alts. Maybe Elf has some upgrades he wants to do. Jonathan, this is your alt, right? So let's hopefully you got some speeds on that. We can add a couple levels to it. Um, there's one of you guys, I can't remember whose alt this is, but God of Death. Uh, save up speeds. Let's do some barb rallies. Get these in barb rallies, and you know you get a couple hours of speeds out of each barb rally. That's one way to get. Here's another way too, right here. This 99 cents. There's a. These are for troop training though. Yeah, these ones are troop training. So I think one of the days out of the week is actually construction speed ups for 99 cents. You get like 40 or 50 of them, so that's not a bad deal. And then the monster stage, we'll be able to rack up some good points in the monster stage. You want to kill the highest level monsters, of course. Save up your stamina for then. One way you can get stamina, let me just show you guys this real quick. This video is a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but there's a lot to cover in this one. If you go to the marketplace, if you cycle through these things, I go through until it gets up to 100 gold, and then I stop right there. I keep pressing refresh until it tells me it's going to cost 100. But if you keep going through, you'll get opportunity to buy the stamina for 143. I buy those 10 staminas for 143 gold all the time. I've got, 8,000 gold there, 1,200 times 100. What's that? 120,000 plus another 12. I'm doing okay on gold. So, each refresh I might spend 600 or 700 gold. It's not that big a deal. I come over here and I buy the 99 cent gold. This is only 200 this time, but there's some days that it's 30 times 100 for 99 cents. I mean, that's a great deal. And I'd recommend getting that. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money. I don't spend that much money on this game. You know, $5 or $6 a week, and you can be very competitive. So, all right, that's pretty much it for the Alliance event. I mean, the last stage is going to be the troop training stage. Pretty self-explanatory. Just train your highest tier. Um, One more thing on the troop train stage. You're going to want to get the training scepter. It's here right now. As soon as you buy it, though, the timer starts ticking. So this one's just a 2-hour training scepter. You can buy this. I believe sometimes it's available a few hours before the training event actually starts. So if you buy it for 500 gold, otherwise, if you go to the store, there is another one that's 1,000 gold, but this one does last for 24 hours. So it depends on if you're going to be doing all your training right at the beginning, which you can certainly do, um, or if you're going to spread it out over the event. Also, the last thing you want to do for the training stage, change your skills once you change it to balance. Right here, you get training speed boost. This is going to be, oh, it doesn't tell me. I think it's like a 5% boost there, but right over here it's like a 20% boost because you go all the way out to right here. And I believe it's either 10 or 20%, but it definitely makes a difference. Plus it also changes your capacity too. So you can queue up a large batch that's ready to, again, just like the resource gathering, These that are training right now, even when they're done training, they don't count towards points until I click to accept them. Okay, you have to click and complete that, and where they actually do, where you send them to the parade grounds. That's when their points are counted. So that was just the one last piece that I wanted to add. Um, okay, there's one more piece. The resources, how I was getting all these resources. Remember, you guys saw the 400 million food. A lot of that's coming right here from this undead trader. Get your dragon spirit up to level 50. A lot of you guys have that. Scroll down here to resources. I believe this is level 55. Gives you the ability to get these. I only get this highest level of food here because the next level down, it's not as good of a bang for how much you're spending on tokens. You're gonna spend, 7 times 18. If you look at that, you're gonna spend 175 to get 18 times 5,000, or you're gonna spend 160 to get 21 times 2,000. This is a much better value. You're really getting ripped off if you have to dip down. I never dip down into these. I've accumulated all those resources just from doing this one, this one, this one, and this one. So I also get the statues every time on cooldown. I've gotta grab those, and then I also grab this one. I already have grabbed that, and I grabbed the green one here too. And then also grab the emblems. I've already grabbed those. I'll get these later. I got 20 days to grab these. There's no rush. I try to space those out fairly evenly so I don't run too low on these tokens. I've got 2,200, so it's not too bad. Pick up this one because this one cools down a lot quicker. Always pick up that one, and always pick up these. The reason why you want to pick these up every time is you're going to go over into your emblems, right? And you're going to want to upgrade your emblems. Okay, it froze up on me, but I covered that in a previous video, so you guys can take a look at that, so I don't need to cover it again. So this is actually a great spot to end the video. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you for the subscriptions. If you view my videos, just click subscribe. That helps, helps out. So eventually, I'll be able to, get some sponsorship and things like that once we get enough subscribers and enough views. And I'll be able to just keep doing content for you guys. I want to do some other videos that are unrelated. I've got, pretty good background in finance. I want to do some videos on 401ks. I want to do, there's a video I wanted to do today on just, how to get money from, just setting up a bank account. I set up a bank account a few months ago. I got $200 from that they just paid me into my account. I set up another one the other day, just got another 50, and I did another one today that's going to pay me another $200. So, over just the last, 6 months, I've basically got almost 500 bucks just from, taking a couple hours out to go out and set up a bank account. So I just want to do some unrelated videos like that just to kind of help you guys, legitimate ways to just make a little bit extra money. Thank you so much for the subscriptions and the likes. Do put comments out there. I know a couple of you have mentioned you want to see videos on like equipment and things like that. I am definitely working on that. I wanted to see this new equipment come out, so I'm working on putting together a video for that. So look for that to be coming soon too. All right, thank you and have a good night.